So I'm going to be doing kind of a quick, easy get ready with me, nothing too complicated, just a really quick application on the face. I already have a couple things on the face. I have this Hourglass Mineral Primer Veil Sample. I've been using this, I think I used this twice already now. I really like how it feels on the skin and how foundation sits over top of it. I do have dry skin, so it's been a pleasant surprise. And then I also put a little bit of this in my brows earlier today. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the darkest shade, which is called Dark Brunette. I'm also going to apply a lip balm, so by the time I'm all the way done, I can just toss on a lip product. This is the Patchology Lip Service Gloss-to-Balm treatment. This is the second time that I've talked about this product. I like the applicator here. It's like a little slanted tip with 4 holes at the top, and I like the way it feels. It's very smooth, but the only thing that I kind of have an issue with is that the scent of this, it's like a sweet mint. Something about it reminds me of going to the dentist and getting the carbon monoxide, like the laughing gas over your nose. And if you pick a sweet scented one, then it kind of has that same similar scent to me, but I'm sure everybody won't have that same experience about this product, but it's pretty cool. It goes from this glossy texture, it kind of dries down into the lips and becomes more of a balm sort of consistency, so I do enjoy it. I'm gonna move on to some concealer now. I'm gonna skip foundation entirely. We'll start with this one. I have the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. I get shade number 3. I'm just dotting this around, like underneath the eye, anywhere that I need a little bit more coverage. Underneath my eyes tends to be very discolored. I'll put a tiny bit at the center of the forehead, a little down the center of the nose, and on the side of the nose, and a little on my chin. I'll blend that out and see how that looks. I just use my fingertips to blend this out. Honestly, I feel like it does just as nice of a job as a brush, but I feel like I get it worked into the skin by using my fingertip to blend this out. So I'm gonna drag whatever is left over on my ring finger down onto the cheek area just to blend that area and make it more uniform so it's not red at all. Now that I've blended that in, that really helped conceal any redness. I'm gonna go in with the YSL All Hours Concealer. This one is in shade number 1. This is Porcelain. I'm just using this one at the, right at the inner corner of the under eye area, just because I feel like that could be brightened up just a tiny bit more. It has a thinner consistency than the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer does. This one does have that doe foot applicator, so you can get really precise where you're applying it. Like I said, I'm just putting a little bit right at that inner corner of the eye area. So again, I'm gonna blend this one out with my fingertip. Hopefully it'll brighten that area just a little bit so I look more awake. I'm not too worried about having everything look perfect, but I am gonna go in with 2 different powders. So the one I'm gonna use underneath the eyes is the by Terry powder here. This is kind of a dual product. This is called their Compact Expert Dual Powder in shade number 1, which is Ivory Fair. I've mentioned this on my channel before, but I've never actually shown it in a video. So it has a ring of powder around the outside. It's very finely milled, a very soft, smooth powder, and then at the inside core there is a highlight. Let me give you some swatches of these because they're really pretty. The highlighter in the sun, it definitely gives off like a shimmery, glittery, very fine glittery glow. So the highlighter is right there and the powder is right there. That's a powder, pretty much matches my skin perfectly. Then that was the highlighter. You can really see it has this very kind of subtle sheen to it. It's really gorgeous out in the sunlight and you can blend it out so it's very soft and subtle. I'm just going to be using the powder from this compact today to set underneath the eye since it is so fine. My only gripe with this dual powder here is that the area where you can put your brush in is very small. So I either have to go in with my fingertip, which I have done in the past and it works fine, but if you're covering a very large area of your skin on your face, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I would say this is specifically best to be used with for a touch-up application, but I'm gonna go in with this little teeny Real Techniques brush. This is the angled highlighter brush. I use this one to set underneath the eye area. So I'm going to go into the outside ring of powder, get a little bit on my brush, and then apply it underneath the eye area. It's so fine, and it doesn't darken at all when you're setting underneath the eye area. I'm dragging whatever's left over on the brush down to the top of the cheek. Other powder I'm gonna be taking for the rest of the face just because it's quicker and easier and I can get a bigger brush into it. This is my MAC Studio Fix powder. I have the shade NW18. These actually have a ton of powder in them. So I'm gonna take this really big Real Techniques brush. This is their powder brush. It's very large. It's about the size of my cheek or an entire eyeball. So I'm just going into this, loading up the brush and lightly setting the rest of my face. I have a bronzer here. I'm almost finished with this. I just repressed this. This is my Park Avenue Princess little deluxe size bronzer, and since repressing it I have hit the pan again and the rings are showing through, so fingers crossed that I can finish this one off before the finale for the Forgotten Loves project pan. I'm just putting it very lightly at the backs of my cheeks, not really blending it forward, just gonna run whatever's left over around the temple area, just really the perimeter of my face. The blush I'm gonna be using today, this is my Benefit Rockateur blush, just because it's really easy and simple and I feel like it'll match my shirt, so that's why I'm going in with that. I'm using my MAC 129 blush brush, dusting it very softly on the cheeks. I'll probably build it up more towards the back of my cheeks. I always take whatever's left over on my blush brush and kind of just dust it along the temple area here, and on the chin there's really hardly anything left on the brush, but in case there's any powder left I want it there to kind of, you know, mix all of the products together. So I was kind of thinking about something recently about my channel and my channel name, but first I just got this a few days ago. I'm really excited about it. I've kind of swatched it once but I haven't applied it to the face. This is one of the new Chanel highlighting powders in number 10 Ivory Gold. I did look this up online and I think there are 3 different shades of this product. This is so gorgeous. Comes in this little velvet pouch like their blushes and everything else does. And then, oh, it's so pretty. We got the really gorgeous compact here with the Chanel logo on the front. Their packaging is so pretty. When you open it up, it does have a brush on the top, which is incredibly soft. I really didn't have very high expectations for that, but it's incredibly soft. It's synthetic. Has this little disc to protect the powder, and so you can store the brush in there. But that is the highlighter. Is that not gorgeous? And put it upside down so you can kind of see it. So it does have like this wood grained imprint in the powder. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. I did post some photos on my Instagram trying to get the wood grain kind of embossing, I guess you would call it. It's kind of stamped in the powder. So I'm gonna try and not disturb it too much, but I'm going to actually be using this little brush that came with it. It's incredibly soft. It's kind of curved just slightly. So I'm just barely dabbing into the powder. It doesn't even look like I have anything on the brush, but let's see. It is a little gold, but it's more of like a beige gold. So I don't think it looks too gold on my skin tone. I know this is gonna mess up the lighting, but let's see if I can show you. Ooh, so pretty. It's not really intense, but it is sort of. I don't know how to explain it. It's very sheer, it's buildable. It does have little micro shimmers and sparkles in it. If you're out in the sun, it catches the light in just the right way, but it also has a bit of an impact to the powder as well. It's very strange. So right now I'm gonna pause and spritz my face with the MAC Fix Plus. This one is the coconut version. I do have to say that I definitely hands down prefer the original version over the coconut, but you know, I'll give a couple spritzes on the face. Now I'm gonna run through the brows with my Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel, just to kind of set my brows in place so they're not moving all over. Sometimes they like to do that, especially since I was using that brow serum for so long. I don't know, my forehead still broke out. I'm trying to space it out so I'm not applying it to the brows every single night, and that's kind of, you know, eased up on my breakout a little bit, but it's still there. But anyway, what I was saying is that brow serum makes my eyebrow hairs grow a little bit faster than they normally do. So I like to keep a brow serum or a tinted brow gel in my brows while I'm using that serum. With a typical get ready with me, I usually apply my MAC Painterly paint pot in Painterly. A paint pot in Painterly. So I'm going to toss this on the eyelids really quick just to kind of conceal any discoloring, since my eyelash serum likes to put a red ring around my eyes and they do look a bit red. Plus I do have veining on my eyelids as well. So I was thinking that I might change my channel name. I don't know if you guys know this, but I picked my channel name from a Marilyn Manson song many years ago. So Pretty Pistol comes from the love song from Marilyn Manson. That's what it's called, love song. And my favorite number is 86. I was thinking maybe instead of having that be my channel name, I've been asked before to change it and I didn't. But when I made my name, everybody had like a screen name and then a number. That's essentially what everything was on YouTube, but now the majority of people have their name. The reason why I didn't change my channel name before was because, you know, I like to keep a little bit of privacy with my channel. I don't like to overshare on my channel. I was thinking that I could possibly change it to my Instagram name so they would kind of match together. So I could change it to Cherish Michelle or Cherish Michelle 86. I don't know, let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that, or if it would be easier to remember if I changed my name. I don't know, I've just been thinking about that a little bit for the past few months. So before I go in with like a crease color or something, I'm gonna go back into this by Terry dual powder, and I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and use that powder just to kind of set my Painterly paint pot. I'm gonna use one of the brushes from this Real Techniques Instapop set. I'm gonna be using the larger one of the two. This one is called the Instapop Shade Brush. Just kind of dipping into the larger ring here and setting that. Just to keep it very simple, I was going to pull out a couple eyeshadows. I actually have a couple setting out here, but just to keep it simple, I'm going to go back in with the Park Avenue Princess bronzer. I'm just going to use a MAC 217 and get a little bit on the brush, toss that into the crease, kind of blow it out a little bit. Just a very smooth, easy kind of eye look. I'm just gonna go into the Park Avenue Princess with my ring finger and put a little bit at the outside of my lashes out here at the outer corner. Just kind of smudge it out a bit. Then I'm just taking that same 217 brush that I put the shadow down on the upper lid, and I'm just blending over that underneath the bottom lash line, so it is blown out a little bit under there. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the Chanel highlighter in, what was this shade name? Ivory Gold, number 10, and just get that on my pinky finger and just dab a little bit of that right at the inner corner of my eye, right there. Next up, I'm taking this Sephora gel little mini eyeliner. This one showed up in one of my Sephora play boxes. I think these are called their contour crayons or something. It's waterproof. This one is in shade number 1, Black Lace. It's just a matte black pencil. I'm gonna put this at the tightline area, but just at the outer half of my eye, maybe the outer third. Depends on how far over I go. Then, even though some of this black liner is going to transfer down to the bottom line, I'm going to take my NYX Wonder Pencil and put this in the waterline, and then if the black transfers down, it'll kind of mix in and it won't be so intense. It's a bit stark in the waterline, but it does kind of settle in and fade out just a tiny little bit. It's a lot brighter of a nude shade than my Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl Liner in nude. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I gotta say, if you ever want to use up a nude liner, definitely do a lip swatch video and line around the outside of your lips while you're switching the colors, because that'll conceal any staining that you have around the outside of your lips, but it also uses up like a third of your pencil. So anyway, then I'm going to take the Sephora eyeliner again and just a flat brush like this. This is a $1 e.l.f. brush. I guess it's just called their eyeliner brush. So we're gonna take this. What I'm gonna do is put a little line right at the outer corner of this eye right here, just like that. And then I'm gonna smudge along my lash line with this flat liner brush. So it kind of makes a false wing, kind of makes it very light and smudgy and soft. I'm putting a little bit more down for the wing area. I'm not making like a full-on wing, I'm just kind of smudging liner out over there. I'm just kind of softening right through here so I don't have like a thick black line there and then nothing right next to it. So like I said, just kind of softening this region here. Trying to get as close to the lash line as possible. All right, good. I'm gonna do this eye over here and then we'll come back for a new product that I'm a little iffy about. After I smudge out that line, I like to get the liner one last time and just go right next to the lash line, just so it's the darkest right next to it, so it kind of looks like it fades out as it goes. So I'll just put that right there. So I saw this on the Octoly website. I've been kind of curious about these since I first saw one available on Sephora for purchase. I never got that one because it didn't have the best reviews. So I decided to apply for the Chella Heated Eyelash Curler right here. This is what the box looks like, and they approved me surprisingly. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out. I have tested this out previously because I was very nervous. I was scared I was gonna like burn myself. But let me show you what this looks like. So you have this little silver cylindrical item here. You take the cap off and you have this scary looking device. So if you look just right, you can kind of see the coils right there. That's what heats up, and you put your lashes right along there. This is the on-off thing. So when you push it on, the little green light turns on, and when it's heated up and ready to go, it takes about 10 to 15 seconds to heat up. The little back light right here will turn like a very pale yellow, and that's when you know that you can use it to push up against your lashes. So with this, you're not supposed to like set it on and like brush it through. That's not how you're supposed to use it. I saw a tutorial on this, and there's a little insert in the box where you just grab your lashes and you press them back against your eyelid. Sounds kind of scary. I feel like I'm going to burn my eyelid, and it almost feels like that, but it's not hot enough to burn you, I don't think, from my experience and from using it before, but it does feel warm. I'll admit that, it does feel warm. While we're waiting for this to heat up, I'm going to apply some mascara on the bottom lashes. It does say on the box and the instructions and everything to use this product on lashes that already have mascara applied to them. I've tried it both ways. I'm not quite sure which way I prefer, so I'm gonna try it on one eye before I put the mascara on, and then on the other eye I'll do it after I have applied my mascara. So my mascara is on the bottom lashes. I got this in a Sephora Play box. It's not my favorite to use on the upper lashes. It's just kind of like a basic mascara for me. It doesn't really volumize or lengthen, but it does have a really nice brush to comb through the lashes. So I've been using this on the bottom lashes for the past little while now. This is the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. It's okay. We got that guy on, and then, like I said, I'm gonna do one eye where I use the lash curler before I apply mascara, and then the other eye I'll use the curler after the mascara is applied, and you can hopefully, maybe, you'll be able to see a difference. I don't know if I really can see a difference at all, honestly, from using it. The mascara I'm gonna be using is one of my favorites. I know how this works on my lashes. I have the Urban Decay Perversion little mascara sample here. It's brand new, so it's not gonna be the mascara's fault. So this has been heating up that whole time that I put on my bottom lash mascara, so it is like that very pale yellow color. So like I said, I'm gonna get right up next to the lashes. I'm gonna grab my lashes and hold them close to my eyelid and just hold it there. You hold it there for like 10 seconds at a time. I'm not touching my eyelid skin, but I'm pretty close to it. You can feel the heat on your actual eyeball. Now, because you are heating them up to curl them, it's supposed to keep the curl on your lashes for longer. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, obviously I can see a difference, but when I apply mascara, it kind of weighs them down. I've been using an eyelash serum, so I feel like my lashes are a little bit longer than they have been in the past. Drawback of this heated curler is that it takes a while. With crimping your lashes, you can just, you know, hold it there for maybe 10 seconds, 5 seconds even, and you're done. So it's a little bit more high maintenance. Okay, so this eye, I did comb through the lashes really quick and I think it looks pretty good. That is me curling the eyelashes beforehand with the heated curler. Now I'm gonna go and apply mascara to this eye and then curl it afterwards like the instructions say. So this is heating up while I'm applying mascara. Well, I can definitely see a difference. So like it's way more lifted right through here than on this eye. It's like straight right in the center right here. I do have lashes there, but they're not as long as some of the other ones. I'm using a lash serum, and so some of my lashes are a little bit shorter than the other ones. I'm gonna go through and comb through the lashes really quick since I did that on the other eye. I feel like it'll give it an easier curl if they're not clumped up and stuff, so. I went and did something really quick while this eyelash was drying. I'm not sure I can see any difference between these two eyes, but just so this can kind of sit on my lips for a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lip gloss, my lip product first. This is the Too Faced Lip Injection Glossy. This is a plumping lip gloss. This one is in the shade Like a Boss. This is a really pretty, kind of purpley pink sort of shade. I really feel like it does a decent job plumping. So I'll apply this on, and then while it's plumping my lips, I'll go back to my eyes. I feel like I'm moving through this one pretty quickly. I haven't used it for a while. I've been focusing on another gloss, but this one's almost, I would say, around the halfway mark. I do have to dip into the container probably 7 to 8 times to apply this much product, but I do like these. They do really feel like sriracha on the lips if you aren't used to wearing them. The more that you wear them, the less of that burning sensation that you feel. So I haven't worn them in a while, really making my lips feel hot, but the lash curler is heated up now. I think the benefit of using this heated lash curler after your mascara is on is, like I said, it'll heat up the mascara and then it'll dry back down in that curled shape, so it'll kind of hold your lashes like that, if that makes sense. I don't know, we'll see if it makes a difference, because I really can't tell a difference on this eye, honestly. So you just want to grab your lashes at the base and kind of curl it towards your eyelid and just let it sit for about 10 seconds every time. I do have lashes here in this area, but they're a little bit shorter than the rest of my lashes, so it kind of looks like I don't have any lashes there. Can I see a difference? Looking at it in person, they honestly look pretty similar. I'm gonna go ahead and put just a tiny bit more mascara right there. Let me give it one final curl in that area. I have noticed that this product, if I use it after I have mascara on and I try and go in with the heated lash curler afterwards, it almost feels like my mascara feels a little bit crispier than usual. I don't know if I can see a difference between the eyelashes. I feel like it's a lot of work. You definitely don't have that crimped bend in your lashes if you're using a heated lash curler, but I feel like you really can't tell that much of a difference. You might be able to see a little bit more in person than you can see in the video, but that is what my lashes look like. If you can see a difference, definitely let me know down in the comments below, but I honestly don't feel like I can see any difference. Anyway, this is what I ended up with my super fast, kind of really easy, minimal product sort of get ready with me. Let me know if you do this routine on occasion. Anyway, that was it. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.